Good morning, students of Standard 10th. Welcome back to the third and final video. We were discussing a letter to God written by G.L. Fontes, Mexican writer who was also associated in chronicling the Mexican Revolution. The story was about a Mexican farmer who lost his crop due to natural calamities and wrote a letter to God seeking for his help. The postmaster who read the letter decided to help him so that his faith in God was undeterred. He could only collect 70 pesos while Lenko had demanded for 100 pesos. When Lenko found the money short in the envelope, his faith in God remained undeterred because he believed God could not make a mistake and he believed that the post office workers had stolen his money. Now this is a moral that having faith in God, faith can move mountains, faith can change things, but what should you have faith in? Blindly on God and forget the humans, accuse the humans without knowing the truth? That was the idea that the author tried to put in your mind. If faith in God is a good thing, we should always have it, but we should focus our faith on our fellow human beings as well and trust them, because more people are helpful than they are cunning and deceiving. That is a fact which Lenko failed to acknowledge. Now we had already discussed up to the thinking about the oral comprehension check question number 4. Now we move on to oral comprehension check question number 5. And the first question is, who or what did Lenko have faith in? What did he do? Lenko had faith in God. He believed that God sees everything, even what is deep inward conscience, and help everyone's problem. He wrote a letter to God demanding him 100 pesos to sow his field again. Now the question number 6, who read the letter? The answer is the postmaster read the letter. What did the postmaster do after reading the letter written by Lenko? The postmaster laughed when he read Lenko's letter, but soon he became serious and was moved by the writer's faith in God. He didn't want to shake Lenko's faith, so he decided to collect the money and send it to Lenko on behalf of God. That was his idea. If Lenko received the help he was expecting from God, his faith in God would remain undeterred. And in that attempt, what did the postmaster do? He contributed himself. He asked the employees of the post office to contribute a bit. Then he went to a few friends who were more than obliged to contribute for a good cause. Right? And that way he collected, but he was only able to collect 70 pesos in place of 100. Now the question number 8 from the oral comprehension check. Was Lenko surprised to find a letter for him with money in it? Lenko was not surprised to find a letter with money from God, as he believed that God will help him. So he was not at all surprised. He was expecting God to send the entire money. What he was disappointed was with the amount was shorter than he expected. What made Lenko angry? There were only 70 pesos in the envelope, whereas Lenko had demanded 100 pesos. The difference in the amount made him angry. And also the thought that the post office worker might have stolen the money also made him upset. Right? Not so very difficult to guess those. Now we go to the thinking about the text part. The question number 1 that has been asked is, who does Lenko have complete faith in? Which sentences in the story tell you this? Lenko has complete faith in God and he is instructed that God knows everything and helps us in our problems. There are few sentences which show this. Let's go to those sentences. But in the hearts of all who lived in the solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope, help from God. All through the night, Lenko thought only of his one hope, the help of God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed, see everything, even what is in one's conscience. God, he wrote, if you don't help me, my family will go hungry this year. He wrote to God on the envelope, put the letter inside, and still troubled, went to town. God could not have made a mistake, nor could he have denied Lenko what he had requested. These are the lines that suggest Lenko had undeterred faith in God, even after receiving the money which was shorter than he expected. His faith in God was undeterred because he firmly believed God could not make a mistake. It must be human intervention which has caused the shortfall. Okay, then, question number 2 of the thinking about the text. Why does the postmaster send money to Lenko? Why does he sign the letter God? The postmaster sends money to Lenko in order to keep Lenko's faith in God alive and firm, as he was completely moved by it. When postmaster read the letter of Lenko to God, he became serious and did not want to shake his faith and decided to answer the letter. He gathered money with the help of his post office employees and friends on behalf of God, and he signed the letter God so that Lenko's faith does not get shaken. So that Lenko believed the money has been sent by God and not collected by the postmaster. Did Lenko try to find out who had sent the money to him? Why or why not? Lenko did not try to find out who had sent the money to him because he never suspected the presence of God and had complete faith in God. He could not believe that it could be anybody else other than him who would send him the money. His faith in God was so strong that he believed that he had sent money to him for his help in his problem. So he didn't try to figure out because he was pretty sure that it was God who had sent the money. He had complete faith in God. He believed I have asked money from God and God would definitely send me the money because God sees everything and He knows what a miserable condition I am going through. Who does Lenko think has taken the rest of the money? What is the irony in the situation? Lenko thinks that the post office employees have taken the rest of the money as he had demanded 100 pesos from God. In the letter, there was only 70 pesos. God could not make such a mistake, so he assumed that they had stolen the money. The irony in the situation is that Lenko suspects those people who helped him in his problem and tried to keep his faith alive in God. The people who donated from their part were called crooks by Lenko. So this is the irony. Irony is when the result is unexpected. You do one thing and expect something to happen and just the opposite happens. And you don't expect the opposite to happen. Then we call it irony of the situation. Are there people like Lenko in the real world? What kind of a person would you say he is? It is almost impossible to find a person like Lenko as he is an unquestioning and naive kind of a person. He is not stupid if he doesn't know who has sent him the money or a letter will reach to God without any address. It is Lenko's faith in God. In real world, people are selfish, greedy and Lenko is totally lovable and different. Question number 6. There are two kinds of conflict in the story between humans and nature and between humans themselves. How are these conflicts illustrated? Conflict between humans and nature. The conflict between human and nature is illustrated by the destruction of Lenko's crops by hailstorm, as Lenko was expecting a good rain to have a good harvest. as that was the only hope he had for his earning. He hoped so hard to feed his family, but nature turned violent and destroyed everything. Conflict between humans. The story also illustrated another conflict between humans themselves as postmaster, although along with his friends and staff sent Lenko money that Lenko demanded from God, although they didn't know Lenko. Lenko blamed them for taking away some amount of money. He called them a bunch of crooks. So this shows that the man does not have faith in other man, thereby giving rise to conflict. Now, that will be all for this week. See you again next week with a new video. Till then, all of you take care and goodbye.